All right, guys, welcome to another student interview. Now, this is with Shaun Carter. He's been inside Club Closer about 6 months, comes from a traditional corporate background, and has scaled to 23K in October. So, Shaun, do you want to just give a brief kind of introduction?
Yeah, so welcome guys. I'm glad to be on the call with Marcus. I've been in sales for about 10, 11 years, and obviously in the corporate world, B2B. So I've worked in management roles, account management roles, outbound sales for the longest, internal sales. Anything to do with sales, I've pretty much done it, obviously different multiple industries. And I know sales is a very valuable skill, right? So I've learned how to utilize my time better and want to get into remote closing, use my time more efficiently. What better way to do that? Obviously close and hard close over Zoom calls for various packages. So that's when I decided to join Club Closer. I saw Club Closer, great opportunity, great network, great community, great lessons, right, to learn how to refine my skills. Anything to do with sales, you need to get better at, and Club Closer's way how to improve my sales skills. So yeah, I'm glad to be on the call, glad to be one of the, good case studies. Obviously, seems to be going pretty good so far. So yeah, thank you.
Sweet. Yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it. I want to just rewind it back because obviously we get a lot of guys come in from sort of traditional sales backgrounds. So
Yeah.
do you mind just obviously you obviously don't share company names or whatever, but just like what were you
Yeah.
doing before Club Closer? Like what position were you in?
Yeah, so I guess my sales journey started at the end of 2012. It was basically just internal sales businesses for wholesale. So a lot of volume understanding, customer relationship management, a lot of soft closing, wasn't really hard closing, it was a lot of account management. So that really learnt me, obviously, the social skills on how to talk to certain particular people and how to negotiate certain prices, especially within wholesale, dealing with the customers and dealing with suppliers. Then it's really progressed from there. So obviously that was a lot of inbound internal sales. Then I completely wanted to get into outbound sales, which is a whole different ballpark. No one tells you the difference between internal sales and outbound services. People that's interested come to you, then suddenly you have to create that interest. So that I learned of how to get my foot in the door, how to obviously talk to clients, how to soft close, how to hard close. And then it got to a point where I really capped my terms of, say, in Australia, a typical sales rep is anywhere between 100 to 120 AUD a year, and I pretty much already capped that in terms of my sales role being 29. I know with all this available time at night, especially in different time zones, I can make a lot more money using my sales skills if that's trying to sell my own offer or selling someone else's offer. And I tried for the longest how to utilize my sales skills, and I found obviously high ticket closing and closing over Zoom. That really resonated with me because one, I've already got the sales experience and I already got the, how to close and how to sell. So obviously the biggest thing was obviously how to find these offers and obviously getting that network and community and someone that's already done it was the biggest thing. And I got no problem investing a bit of money in the program, especially with Club Closer that's obviously already paid for itself over time. So it's already, a net positive already as time goes on. It's completely paid itself off. So that's pretty much my background. I continue working in sales and continue in the Club Closer community.
What what kind of obviously you're doing pretty well in traditional sales anyway, right? You knew you had
Yeah.
the sales skills. How did you find out about kind of high ticket closing in the first place? Like what kind of switched you onto it?
But the longest I've been trying to utilize my sales skill for the most, and I think it just obviously, I would guess, targeting audience. I guess obviously on the socials like Instagram, Twitter. Originally found you on Twitter, it just came on my feed, and obviously I knew a bit of, you know, about high ticket closing, but I wanted to learn more about it. So obviously I watched the free training, got a more understanding, joined the call. Wasn't necessarily wanted to join the program, just wanted to have a look. But obviously there was way all the social proof how get the sale and how easy it was. And obviously someone with me with all my sales experience, it was pretty much like, why not make the investment? Already know I've gotten this far in sales. I can see why not invest a little bit more in myself in terms of how to make more sales online, how to make more commission. So it was pretty much a no-brainer after I watched obviously the sales training, obviously understand who's in the community, what the community is about. Even though I've got a bit more experience already when joining the community than other people, it still was highly beneficial because obviously learn from yourself. Other people, I can always refine my sales skills.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So I guess because what's really funny about you is obviously you joined with the corporate sales job. You actually scaled to I think it was 10K a month while still balancing the nine
Yeah, it was
five,
high.
right?
Yeah, higher than that. Yeah.
So what did you do when you first joined? And sort of like obviously you got the training from us, you got the coaching from us, but a lot of this is like the effort you put in as well because it's a working
Yeah,
relationship,
100%.
right? So, like, what did you
Yeah.
do to kind of basically almost guarantee your success within the space and make sure you actually were in a position where you were making 10K, now 20K a month?
Yeah, certainly. So it's sales is very delayed gratification, especially with putting your effort into anything. You're not going to receive results straight away. So it's very much like a snowball effect. So even doing some, say for instance, some outreaches I've done many months ago, I'm still getting responses now. So the way it just worked was obviously consistency. I knew I could definitely add value, and how to portray that got better with every call, every person I got an interview with. And it pretty much just refined my sales skill, what makes a good offer and what makes a bad offer. And it was really just taking the poor offers. Ian didn't know at the time. I thought it was a great offer, but it turned out it wasn't a great offer. Just having that experience and leveraging that experience to obviously find better offers was the biggest thing. And just obviously consistency, obviously taking the opportunity, putting in the time per day, obviously developing my outreach, how to add value to specific clients. It was just consistency. That is really no substitute. The only substitute, I guess, is hard work with anything, right? So it was just having that mindset of just giving myself KPIs per day of saying, okay, I don't want to hit 10 per day. I don't want to hit 2 per day. I want to have it sweet. I want to do 5 or 6 per day consistently. If I did 5 a day, 7 days a week, it's 35 leads, potentially offers I could join on. And eventually it just got to a point where I just did 5 a day, and it just started having a snowball effect where I was getting too many offers where I had to push them away at one point. So all it was just hard work and just keep knowing that, hey, people are making money for this, and it's definitely something that can add value. And it got to the point as well where I started developing really, really positive feedback from particular clients that I would do an outreach to and what made it better, or just asking for feedback. And that really refined my sales experience, and outreach or how to add value to particular clients was just based on feedback. Even if it wasn't great feedback, I would still incorporate into my outreach or my strategies to make it more better. So all it was just consistency, really, just hard work.
Yeah, consistency and the effort you're putting in is basically really what it comes down to. And I say that to every single person that asks, what's
100%.
the secret? It's well, no, just work hard in the right vehicle and you'll get the results. But
100%.
yeah, you worked extra hard, man. Because I remember we jumped on a call. Wow, man, it must have been 3-4 months ago, and I remember you saying your calendar, you were taking calls at 2-3 a.m. your time, because obviously you're based in Australia. A lot of the offers you're working were, I think, American, right?
Yeah, correct. So there's some points where, especially my sales job, I'd work, then sleep a couple hours, and back on calls at 10 p.m. My time would be at that time 7 a.m. PSD time, right? Because we're 15 hours behind. I think it's 16 hours behind. So some nights where I'd work a full day and then work at home the next day for my corporate job. And it just got to a point where it's hey, look, I'm prioritizing my corporate job more than this job. I'm making a lot more money online. So why don't I just switch the two and prioritize? But yeah, it is a struggle, especially on someone that's on, GMT +8 Perth time over here in Australia. That's just the reality of the situation if you want to scale and find a great offers. I'm not saying you can't find great offers in Australia, but in terms of the volume and the offers and the opportunities, the USA market's where it's at. And UK, European, it's just all the way how you structure it, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much
so I
just
guess what advice would you give to someone, say, that was in your position, working a 9-5 in sales, a really good sales background, making the transition into doing this full time? It's unrealistic to say you're going to quit your job tomorrow and just do this and you're going to make money with it instantly, because there's going to be a transition, as you said, that delayed gratification. What advice would you give to someone that's in your position, say 9 months ago, 6 months ago?
Always have an income coming in. Don't quit your day job unless you can obviously make as much money or just as much from, second income, right? So I got to the point where I was making, 1.5, 2x. And that's when I decided, okay, I could pack things in. Even if it doesn't work out, I can always go and find another sales job, because sales is obviously very transferable. But yeah, it was very prevalent, ingrained into me, and always has been, is don't leave my job till I can, substitute with another income. So I could definitely manage the two, and wasn't gonna lie to myself, said I couldn't. I definitely could. And it just got to the point, like I said, where I was making too much money with the remote closing, where I was prioritizing my corporate job. So I had to pack one in, and obviously it's going to be the corporate and focus on the remote.
So that's kind of a good problem to have. I'm making too much money, therefore I have to quit my job.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, it's interesting. That's kind of what I wanted you to say, is there's that transition. You were working your arse off for that transitional period, and now it's well, now you're full time, you probably have more flexibility with it.
100%,
in terms of hours, right?
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Cool. Well, what's next, bro? First month, quitting the job, had a record month, 23K. What's the
Yeah.
plan the next sort of 3 to 6 months?
Just with the offer now, I guess what's good about it is obviously the offer I'm on now. I'm actually on the sales manager, and it was actually one of the first offers I joined. So obviously, with this offer, I was getting 3 or 4, 5 calls a week, and we scaled to a point where it's too many calls. So it actually gave me the flexibility to try and find another offer and manage this one. So at one point, I was managing my corporate job and this offer I'm still on now, and trying to find other offers because I just wanted all the time to make money, right? And I knew there was money out in the market. So, but this offer I'm good is such a great offer. I knew what made a good offer and bad offer just based on him, right? So it was constant joining offers, getting rid of offers because I knew what to compare it to. So it got to a point where I've been on this offer for about 5, 6 months, and I've seen people come and go. And it's got to a point where I found opportunities where the guy's too busy, the manager's too busy, the owner, sorry, is too busy to manage the sales team. Based on my sales experience, I was able to go in there, say, hey, look, I'll manage the sales team, I'll manage the other closers, I can give you a sales script, KPIs, give you all these reports based on my corporate background. So what was able to do was obviously know what he's gone through and how to negotiate and add value. And all I wanted in return was, say, priority over the calls, because the calls are hot leads. They're very easy to close and make good commission, anywhere between 600 to 900 commission for like a 20-minute call. And the other guys weren't doing it. So I leveraged my experience saying, hey, look, I'll give you more hours. I'll give you KPI reports. I'll manage the other guys because they have the best closing rate. All I want in return is X amount of commission further onto the packages and what the other closers are making. So I was able to leverage that experience and make more money in that regards.
So you use your
So what's
sales
it
skills
next? Yeah.
to sell
Yeah,
the
100%.
business owner, not just your
Yeah,
leads.
100%. Yeah, so 100%. So I've got to add value, I've got to make a win-win situation. And that's what you have to do, I guess, with any business you're trying to work for, is treat your business how, if it was your business, how you want to be treated, right? So it's just add value where I can. So I added value by saying, hey, look, I've got all this experience. You're obviously too busy. You manage the other people in the other division, and I'll manage the sales team. So I guess what's next for me is obviously manage more people in that team, growing it, scaling it to a point of a mandatory role, as well as developing my own offer and doing more sales consulting on the side as well.
Yeah, that's super. It's super interesting because you managed to get a sales manager position pretty quickly. And I
Yeah.
think the main thing with that, and my main takeaway from what I've seen with you, is you just like lead with value. You lead with the value.
Yeah,
You show
100%.
people how you can help them before trying to ask. And I see it all the time with a lot of guys in the industry. They'll be like, "What can I extract from this offer? How much money can I make? What's in it for
Yeah,
me?" Not
100%.
okay. How can I actually bring value to this business?
Yeah, 100%. You see a lot of people just trying to be, takers. You need to be, a giver, right? You have to be the go-giver. That's the terminology. So you have to add value and try and you want to get something in return, but you just have to constantly add value. I see a lot of people just come to me, want to network with me, or try and work on my offer, or just try and speak to, I've got a lot of knowledge. So a lot of people say, just come to me and say, hey, look, how do I do X, Y, Z? But they're not coming to me as saying, hey, look, what can I do for you to get X, Y, Z back? And that's the same way you have to approach any businesses. What can I do for you? So any guy I encourage to try and get any offers is how are you going to add value to get onto that offer? You can't just be an extractor, right? You have to give value to get on those offers to get something in return. And that's really what I'm going to separate you from. That's what separated me from a lot of other guys was obviously my experience, but how do I add value? And that's how I add value to get on the sales manager roles. Obviously, I'm going to offer you, didn't ask for it, just said, hey, look, obviously you need KPI reports, you need target reports, you need someone to manage the closes. I'm that guy. I'll do that. But in return, I want X amount of commission on total sales that we generate. And it's a win-win situation for him because basically he's generating more sales and I'm just getting a small commission from it. But it's based on my effort. So yeah, I'm giving results.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. No, it's sick. I love to see it. And then obviously you're kind of now in a position where you've done this really quickly. 6 months in, you've been the closer, you're now the sales rep, and now you're kind of in the position where I think you've learned so much from working with these online businesses. You're seeing the
Yeah.
inefficiencies, you're seeing what's wrong. Now you're in a position where
Yeah.
you're setting up your own consultancy with it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, brilliant. So I'll
Yeah,
dive a
so
bit
talk about it.
deeper into that. Yeah, thank you. So obviously, yeah, it's been a kind of a snowball effect. So obviously just asking questions. I think the biggest thing, understanding when I teach guys, say when guys try and sell their offers, is you're not just a sales consultant, you're a business consultant. And when you're trying to add value, you got to understand the business. So if you're a high tech closer trying to get on these offers, you got to understand their business, how they're bringing leads, who the customer is, who's the customer audience, who's the customer avatar, demographic, how the leads get brought into the business. You got to understand the mindset of someone that jumps on the call. You, how willing are they? Are they willing to buy on the call? What's the process of them to get on that call? If it's someone that's gone through an extensive funnel where they're getting soft close, it's days, it's a VSL, it's a video, and then they jump on the call, then okay, they're going to be pretty committed to a call compared to someone that's been, hey, look, you need to X, Y, Z to jump on the call. You have to jump on the call to download, let's say, a free ebook. Now, I know that's crap because I've been on offers like that. I've learned the hard way. I've learned offers that, what makes a good funnel, what makes a bad funnel. So when I go on these offers or people that come to me and say, hey, look, I want to learn how to sell. So I consult them, okay, how are we going to sell your offer? Who's your customer audience? How's your funnel? What are the objections that you're most common to? And how are we going to solve that for you? Previously, how are we going to solve that before they even get on the call? And how do we handle those objections? That's
half the
more
sale,
social
right?
proof.
Yeah. Cool. Before they get on the call,
Oh,
you need to provide the value, show them that you know your shit, you know what you're talking about. You can actually help them solve whatever problem they're looking to solve without just jumping on
yeah,
a call and trying to
100%.
hard.
Yeah, it's called the 80-20 rule. 80% of the sale is done before they even jump on the call. So if you can solve all those objections and answer any questions before they even jump on the call, then you're really only closing 20% of the sale, but taking a good, healthy amount of commission. And that's what really made me understand what makes a business tick and how sales get through the door. Is how incentive the process is and who the customer demographic is, who the customer avatar is. And I'm still in that in business that come to me, say, hey, look, I want to get better at sales. And we go through that process for a series of phases on understand the customer avatar, the audience, setting KPIs and targets, because that's a big thing, understand where they are and where they want to be, and how to hard sell and how to close the sale.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's actually a really smart way of doing things because, as we spoke about before this call, there's a lot of businesses that are kind of in the earlier stages where they think they need a closer because they can't close themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's actually not necessarily your sales ability that's bad, which you need to work on, but it's actually the offer
Yep.
too, and structuring the offer in such a way. And you're basically going, these guys want you on their team. And you're like, no, I don't want to close for you because the offer's not great. You need to do it yourself first. And you come in and consult them and help them build
Yeah,
that
100%.
offer and make sure the sales process is as good as possible. So when you do get someone on the call, you have the highest chance of converting them.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I had a lot of people just come to me to join their team based on my experience, right? Where I could see just looking from the outside in based on metrics I asked before. I asked these metrics always. I always ask, what's the current close rate? What's the shot rate? What's the current funnel process? And that will give me a great understanding where the business is at. And if I don't want to work on that offer, I can then offer them consultancy. Then to make their business a legitimate offer and how to sell, then I can jump on their offer for a further retainer, right? So I offer sales consultancy. But yeah, like you said, a lot of businesses come to me who wanted me to go and jump on the team. They try and delegate tasks efficiently in their mind. They think it's efficiently, but it's not. They don't even understand how to sell. And we really teach the business owner and obviously the staff on how to sell their offer. We necessarily don't need to delegate certain tasks outside their team, right? They don't need to go and look for additional sales reps where they need to work on the foundation of the business itself and learn what sales is and how to close the sale and what objections they need to do before they get on the call with these customers.
Yeah, sick, bro. You've come such a long way in the last 6 months. It's crazy to see, and your work ethic reflects that big time. But yeah, I think we can we'll wrap this up. I guess if you're a business owner and your sales kind of sucks, you're not making the money you want to, go to Shaun. I'll link him in the below this video in the description. I'll put his website or whatever. And then obviously, if you want to learn sales and become a closer for these businesses that are good, you can come to me. But yeah, if you're a business owner, go to Shaun.
Fantastic. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, Shaun, appreciate your time, man. And yeah, look forward to seeing you continue the win.
Yeah, brilliant. Looking for more wins, more people join the community every day. I'd love to see it. Still a big part of it. Any guys in the community always say they could reach out, ask me any questions. But yeah, if you join the community, shoot me a message anytime. That's no problem. Happy to help.
Thanks for your time.
Brilliant. Thanks, Marcus. Catch you later.